Yeah. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I don't even remember the rest of my intro. That's how I'm feeling right now. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say right now, except for welcome to the channel. My name is Ben. Look at this. Wow, we need to change the thing here. Wow, we really botched that up, didn't we? Let me change the title of this video here. We got so excited to bring you guys a video about the Bitcoin all-time high that we forgot to change the title from the last one, where it says Bitcoin dropping. And everyone was giving the video a thumbs down. I wonder why. Bitcoin hits new all-time high. Epic day in crypto. Put an emergency at the beginning. Emergency! Thanks, Coral. Okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. We got the wrong title for this video. Guys, Bitcoin is crushing it right now. Now, here's the important thing. I want you guys to notice, okay? Today is, what is today's date, TJ?
December 16th, 2020.
December 16th, 2020. Now, I don't know why the Bitcoin gods hate me. I really don't know why. I told you guys for months and months and months that Bitcoin would hit a new all-time high around December 23rd, 2020. And what has occurred? And I said, give or take 1 week. Well, that would put 1 week. What, you say today's the 16th?
Today's the 16th.
Well, what is 23 minus 16?
7.
That would mean that for months, I told you exactly when, give or take a week, exactly 1 week away from my prediction of Bitcoin all-time highs. I have said this since the summer. Since the summer, I have told you guys this. I have told you since the summer when this was going to happen. And I'll be honest with you, there were several moments where I started to doubt myself, where I started to say, Bitcoin, let's look at last week. Bitcoin dropped down to the 17s, had a huge plummet down to like 17.4 or something, and it's looking kind of bearish. And here's the thing. Bitcoin has had several of these moments when it looked like it was not going to hit these all-time highs. Now, later today, we are going to do a video, and we're going to tell you guys the next phase of what you guys can expect. When will we start to see Bitcoin take off and go parabolic? Right now, we're sitting at $20,360. I do not think it is likely that we will go below 20,000. I don't think we will. Could we? Yes, we could. It definitely is in the range of dropping here. But I think the momentum right now that we are above all-time highs, officially all-time highs on regular exchanges, not future exchanges, this is very, very, very bullish for Bitcoin. I told people that Bitcoin would be at $20,000 by the end of this year. I told people this on TikTok, and all the people in the comments were like, you can't say that. You can't say that. Look, guys, it's a book I've already read. I've already read this book. I know how it ends. Okay? That's why I wish I could go back and find the first video where I said that this was going to happen on this date. And here we are within 7 days. 7 freaking days. 7 days. 7 days of when I predicted it. Guys, it doesn't get better than that. Okay? People that watch this channel know. People that watch this channel know what's up. They know what the deal is. Because everybody else, and I swear, it's literally everyone. It's every other YouTuber. I like them all. These are nice guys. Okay? A lot of them are. You won't catch me saying bad things about other YouTubers on this channel anymore. So the thing is all of these guys, what they look at is they look at the here and now. They look at what is the chart saying today. And that's usually important. But the fact is, Bitcoin does what it always does. And it's not that hard to grasp. It's really easy to understand what Bitcoin is going to do. It's not hard, guys. It's not rocket science. Look at the 4-year cycle. Just look at it. It's the same. They don't understand why this is so hard for people to understand. How can you say this? How can you predict this? How do you know Bitcoin's going to $100,000? It was always going to go to $100,000.
Talk about that big trade.
Yeah, and so what do you guys think about my trade that I made? That really big trade of I took all of my Ethereum, 1,015 Ethereum, and I flipped it into Bitcoin. And how's that looking right now? Pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. I'll tell you, we're way up on our ETH on that trade. If we went back and bought back all of our ETH, we're way up on that. I told you guys this was going to happen. Why? Because we were within the range. We were within the window of when Bitcoin was going to pump. Now, where's it going to stop? I don't freaking know. My target is around $23,000. That's about what I'm looking at. Now, if it does go up to $23,000, that would be the biggest, weekly candle we would have had in years, probably. Maybe not years. Let's see. That was a big candle there. No. I don't know. I'd have to go back months and months and months. Maybe around March. I mean, that would be the biggest weekly candle we would have, in a long, long time. But you guys can see it's not slowing down. It's not slowing down. We're at 25 right now. I told you guys, once we got over 20,000, it was going to be moon time. $500.
West Coast isn't even awake yet.
Yeah, West Coast, wake up. Where you at, West Coast? Wake up. It's Bitcoin. We're going live a little earlier than normal. We missed yesterday. Guys, I was down for 36 hours with food poisoning for my own Christmas party. So TJ got hit too. We think it was a creme brulee. He had about a half of a creme brulee. Is that correct? He had about half a creme brulee. I had 2. I had mine and my wife's. But you see what a good husband I am? Yeah. You guys see what a good husband I am?
Took one for the team.
I took one for the team there. I saved my wife. That's good because, somebody needed to take care of me. Oh my gosh, this is at 20,644. Now it's back at 26. Guys, this is what we've been waiting for. If you go back and look at the history of this channel, the history of what we said about Bitcoin, there have been several times we've been faked out. We've been faked out by what we thought Bitcoin was going to do. But in the back of our minds, we always knew that this was the time. This time of the cycle is what we were made for. Now let's do this. Now we are gonna talk in a video later today about what's next. I'm gonna make some more predictions for you guys based on history, because for some reason I seem to be the only one smart enough to understand that history repeats itself, which is crazy to me that I'm the only person that can understand this. I want you guys to tell me, show me if there are other YouTubers that have predicted this exactly. I want you guys to show them to me because I would really like to see it. Here we are at 20.7. Oh my gosh, guys. Here we go. This is exciting. This is the party. This is the celebration that we've wanted. And here we are. Bitcoin, all-time highs, celebration. Let's go back and look. So where we are right now, if we were to go back to 2017, we would be right now, so that's about January, be about February right here, I think, when Bitcoin hit, let's see. When Bitcoin finally got above all-time highs, it was February 17th. So this is about where we are here in February. No, we already did that. We could be closer to March or April here. That's probably about where we're at. Probably about this candle right here. Probably the last week of March is about where we should be-ish in the cycle, maybe. Somewhere around there. Let's see. We did hit all-time highs again in February, and then it dropped. So it just depends on if we have another big drop to go back under 20,000, which I don't think we're gonna have. I don't think we're gonna have that. We could.
Really strong resistance or support at 19.8.
Yeah, really strong support now at 19.8. So I think that's a number we can kind of look at to kind of watch. But what happens after this is fun, guys. Look at this run from $985 all the way to $3,000. This right here. Let me get my little brush tool here. I'm actually learning how to brush. But this right here, this is what we want. This is what we're looking at. This is about a 3x right here. A lot of people say Bitcoin could run straight to $50,000. Why are they saying that? Well, because of this right here. This is what we're looking at. Now, I'm going to have to get back on the charts and really look and analyze the history of the last bull run to find out where exactly we are. We're somewhere right here right now. We're somewhere here. Obviously, we want to be closer to here because that means we're about to run straight up. It's just the momentum. The momentum for $20,000 this time is, in my opinion, far greater than the momentum of 2017. I mean, it just has to be, because nobody back then was looking at really, no one in the public knew a Bitcoin all-time high. 1121 was kind of the number that a lot of places had. Do you guys remember anybody on the news talking about $1,121? No, literally no one. No one was talking about this on the news. No one was talking about this on money shows. The only place people were talking about this were nerd forums. Okay, let's be honest. Reddit was talking about 1121. The momentum we have because of the psychological number of $20,000, I think is very, very, very strong. Now, the one thing we do have to watch out for, stop drawing here, okay? The one thing we do have to watch out for is the people that came in at $20,000 and, you know, are looking for profits off of their last investment. We also call these people idiots. No offense, actually offense. Take the offense. Because, you know, they come in at $20,000, they buy up Bitcoin. I mean, it's very small. It's like a 0.001% of people that bought Bitcoin bought around $20,000. They bought around there, and then the price plummeted, and they lost money. Some of them just left it and let it sit there forever. And, you know, now they're looking to get profits based on that. Just kind of like, you know, if you're gambling, if you're like playing blackjack or something, and like you get up pretty big, you get up to like, I don't know, you get up to like, you're up let's just say $3,000 or whatever. So you're up $3,000, and then you lose like $500 or $600 of it, and you're like, if I can just get back to $3,000, I'll take the money and run. You know, very few people are going to do that. Very few people are actually going to get to $3,000 and then take the money and run. They're going to say, well, let me just see one more hand. Let me see 2 or 3 more hands. Let me see what I can do. And I think right now, the number of people that will just straight take all of their profits at $20,000 are very few, but it will be some. And I think right now the bears are shaking in their pants, you know, shaking in their boots, shaking in their pants and boots, because they know what's coming from here. I mean, guys, it's obvious what's coming from here. So that's why we're kind of eyeing about $23,000 is a number that we're looking at, going to move back over to Ethereum. We are going to just watch for Bitcoin to cool off, though. Like once Bitcoin cools off, you know, it could be time to move back over to ETH. I mean, ultimately, guys, I'm in a game of how much Ethereum can I get. I'm not in a game of how much Bitcoin I can get. So when I move over to Bitcoin, I move back over to Ethereum. There are some reasons for that. But ultimately, like I'm trying to make as much Ethereum as possible. So would like to say thank you to everybody helping us get to 178K. We are remaining steadily in the number 5 overall crypto YouTuber spot. We are coming for number 1. Box mining's next. I'm like Bill Goldberg. Box mining, you're next. Still got a long ways to go to catch him, though. So just want to say thank you to everybody about that. And then I do want to address an issue here real quick. We'll talk about, which is, let me just go to their website, Distex. So a lot of you guys know Distex. I was down for 36 hours, so I didn't really get to comment on this yesterday. You know, it's kind of like it was phrased to me, which was, it wasn't a rug pull, but to people invested in it, like it felt the same. And I'll let you guys know, we're doing a lot of investigation right now on this situation and maybe tie-ins with some other projects. We think we have some things that are coming into focus with DeFi right now and some of these projects. So right now we're like hot on the trail for a few people, a few things that are going on. That's all I'll say on that front right now. But you guys know I was working with Distex. I was a partner with the website. Basically, what did this partnership consist of? It consisted of Distex launching tokens, and then those tokens that they were launching on the platform, like they automatically had an end to talk to me about whether it be promotion or, you know, whatever it would be regarding their token sales. And I can say token sales through platforms is now something we're kind of looking at because there's some funny stuff going on. That's all we're going to say. There's some funny stuff. So we're still investigating all that. But basically, long and short of it is Distex has failed its platform. It has failed. They were counting on money from token sales to keep them afloat, which is like not a great business model. We weren't aware of that. And they got to a point where they had to go bust. So they took $100,000 or so, paid back a portion of what they brought in to the people that were sitting at the top of that. And, you know, a lot of people are saying it's virtually the same as a rug pull. I would say it's not, since they did repay some, you know, but the question is, how much did they take out themselves and keep when they should have given it all back to investors? And we don't know all those numbers right now. We are looking at it. But I obviously had no inside information on this. This hit me out of nowhere, just like it hit a lot of people. So, and I think, guys, here's what you need to understand, okay? We come back here and we look at the Bitcoin chart, okay? And you see Bitcoin sitting at $20,600, okay? We can look at the Ethereum chart. We can look at Chainlink. We can look at CRO. We can look at a lot of these projects at the top. This is where the bulk of your money should be, okay? If you had any more than 10% of your total portfolio in these smaller coins, you have not been listening to what I've been telling you. When we look at portfolios, you don't want any more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio in these super speculative assets.
And in 2020, we're going to start doing a lot of portfolio allocation.
Yeah, and in 2020, in 2021, we're going to be doing a lot more videos showing you guys our actual portfolios, what we're investing in, and how, like, my money's where my mouth is at that. Like, we have small amounts of allocations to these smaller projects, and some of them moon, and we make a lot of money on them. We make more money than we make on the bigger projects. But we've also taken a lot of big hits this year. I mean, we've taken a lot of losses. You go back and look at what was the name of the one? I can't remember it. It was just one I put money in. I did talk about it on the channel, and I lost 60 grand when it rug pulled. You know, like, so it happens to me too. Like, you guys, this is the fire. This is the fire walk that we play in crypto, where, you know, a lot of these projects are highly speculative, and we know that, and we go into that knowing it. But we're not putting more than 10% of our portfolio in speculative projects altogether. We're putting the bulk of our money into Ethereum, switching it out to Bitcoin sometimes, going back and forth, Cardano, Chainlink, Polkadot, CRO. These are projects we're really, really, really big on, and we really think have, you know, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you guys this. When I'm getting new people into crypto, especially family and friends that are like, oh, we're ready to get in, they're like, oh, well, what about those projects where you make, like, you know, 10x like overnight and blah, 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 blah. I said, no, I'm not getting you in on those. Like, I'm not getting you in on those because it's too risky for people that I know. People that I know, I'm like, stick to the bigger projects. Now, if they get into, like, a little bit deeper, they learn how to use Uniswap or they learn how to use BitSwap, then it's up to them what they do with their own money. But I'm never suggesting, you know, people that are not deep into crypto to jump into these highly speculative projects because of this. Guys, here's the fact. This platform failed. It failed. They were counting on, you know, now, once again, I didn't know how bad it was doing. I didn't know. All I know is last time we talked to them, I think they said they had 30 projects looking at token sales on their site. And they did some token sales, and I think only one of them met the soft cap, and that was Carbon, which we talked about. So, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get off that. Okay. You guys look, they had, let's see, GLHF, Etherip. That was one they had that failed. I'm not sure. I guess this one, maybe GLHF was the one that didn't go through. But the point is, we had, you know, Carbon that we talked about that met their soft cap, and that was the only one on the platform that met the soft cap. And so, unfortunately, they were counting, it sounds like what they were counting on was all of these token sales to moon, you know, and that's not how it is. When you have all of these projects, like, first of all, Dishex came in kind of right before the bubble popped. I mean, because the whole idea of this was we want to stop rug pulls. Well, I know it's ironic, but that's why we wanted to join with them, because we want to stop that too, you know? But the fact is that right there, the fact that rug pulls had already become such a problem that they saw it is a sign to you guys now looking back that was near the end before the DeFi bubble popped, you know? And I think it's going to build back up again, but they just didn't have the funds to make it through that, so they failed. That's why they're highly speculative. They're highly speculative. Because it's not only are you having to extend trust that they're not going to take all their liquidity from you, you're having to extend trust that they're going to make it and they're going to survive as a business and a project. And when you look at the number of, just like anything else, guys, like, remember this number, 90% of small businesses fail. 90%. I would say it's probably a lot more than that. Probably a whole lot. It's probably closer to 95% or more of small businesses fail. And then you got to define, like, what success really is. The success that we're looking at when we're talking about a project that really makes it in crypto, I mean, we're looking at probably 2% of projects. So don't get married to crypto. Don't get married to any bag. Don't get married to anything. If I think Ethereum's going to fail tomorrow, I'm going to jump out of Ethereum. Guys, that's just the way it is. You guys got to learn to kind of ride the waves. And when projects are up, remember, sell tops, buy bottoms. That's what you got to be doing. And don't give in to all of the hype behind any project, behind anything. And yes, we're going to, we talk about projects on this channel. I mean, supposedly SmartKey 10X. I don't own any. I don't own any SmartKey. I own zero. SmartKey. Just so you guys know. Now, that doesn't mean I don't believe in it. It's just I only got so much room in my portfolio for stuff. And, so I want you guys to know, I didn't even know that it went up so much. All I know is we did the video and we covered it because we believe SmartKey has a lot of stuff to like about it in the long term. But just because it did that doesn't mean it's not going to fall back tomorrow. It doesn't, or it could go up much higher. That's where for you as a Uniswap degen, as they're called, people that really like to get in on the smaller cap coins, you guys have to take all that in consideration. Don't jump 100% into anything. Nothing. Literally nothing. Don't put 100% of your portfolio into anything, especially not a coin that's, ranked number 472 on CoinMarketCap.
Unless it's Bitcoin, and then you're done. Unless you're pulling out.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know what TJ's saying right now, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. But, this right here is proof. We know what these top coins are going to do. We have history on them. So you guys remember that. Obviously, I'm very sorry I ever worked with this DEX. I mean, very sorry I ever worked with that. They hit me with this out of nowhere. I found out just like everybody else. It's not like they sent me a message and were like, hey, guys, this is what's going on. I found out from my Telegram group, from people talking about it. So really sorry for anybody that lost money in that. There's lessons to be learned across the board. And I'll say some of my biggest losses have definitely been my biggest lessons I've learned that have helped me for the future. I've had to learn some of those lessons over and over and over again. So, but because most of my portfolio is in these higher coins, then those lessons, they don't ever affect me more than, a short period of time because I learned from them. So that's what we're saying on that. We're still doing some more investigation on some different things. We may or may not, depending on what we find, talk about that again, but just wanted to address that issue. But right now, Bitcoin, $20,600, absolutely crushing it. We are looking for this number to go higher.
Where do you think it's going to close today? Where do you think it's going to close?
Where do I think it's going to close today? I think today it will close probably around 21,000, I think. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably about where I'm looking. It might go up to 21.5, 21.6, come back down, close at 21, and then tomorrow, get right back on it. Right now we're on the weekly. Let's go look at the daily chart. Let's see what that daily chart's looking like right now. I mean, guys, when you look at the daily chart, this is a breakout. This is an absolute breakout today. We go back, we look at this thing since March. My gosh, could you imagine getting in on March? Oh, TJ's like, I bought in March. I know you did, TJ. We all did. If you guys remember, I actually sold all of my Bitcoin that day, and then I rebought back. But of course, people still like to say, oh, BitBoy, remember when you sold all your Bitcoin? Like, you didn't watch a video. Don't fall for the clickbait. Don't do it. But they still do. So we look over here. When you look at this chart, it is absolutely amazing. We're on this is Market Cipher right here. But from this drop in March to where we're at now, it really is phenomenal. It is really phenomenal right now. And when you look over here, we haven't seen a breakout. We've seen a couple breakouts this big. We saw a big one back in July. We saw a big one back in October. And we just got to see where this thing closes at today to really see what's happening. If we look specifically here at the daily chart, just throw a couple lines in there for some wicks. Put one here, put one here, put one here. Pretty close, pretty close. That shows you about a channel, we could be bouncing in right now. So, it still could go back down. But I would say right now, due to all the excitement, I don't think it's going to go down below 20. It's dropping a little bit right now, back to $20,480. So just something to watch here, guys. It could. So this right here puts a little in perspective for the daily chart, just like a little bit of a channel here. And it shows you it could go back down somewhere to 18,500. But I really think this is going to be more of a long-term breakout. So we're going to do a video later today. We're going to be showing you guys what we think is happening, what we think is going to happen from here. And I may have to go back and analyze the charts, and I might come back and say, after doing some analysis of the historical chart, and say, hey, well, you know, guys, maybe it actually looks like we could go back down like one more time before we go up. But we're going to really focus on that run up in March and April of 2017, because that was really, that's where we're going to in the short term, for sure. Whether it's this week, whether it's next week, whatever. But the important thing to remember is, I literally exactly called this. That's the important thing to remember. The beginning of this week when Bitcoin went back up, I said, oh, just wait until at least Wednesday, Bitcoin. At least Wednesday, so I can be 7 days away from the prediction. Give or take a week. I just want that. I want that clipped. I want us to find that and clip it and then post it everywhere, because I told you guys this was coming. And you know, like, look. Did I tell you guys that Bitcoin was going to drop all the way down to $16,000 at the end of November? Yeah, I told you that too. I did tell you that. I told you it might drop more. But it's just like, it just follows along the beat. It just follows along the pattern, follows along the beat. All of these moves in the middle here, they're arbitrary, like compared to where we're going. You guys remember that. Even if we do go back down below $20,000 today or tomorrow, whatever, like, it doesn't matter. The fact is, we know Bitcoin is going to six figures, and that's why if you're out there leverage trading or margin trading, you guys really need to be careful, because, you know, we see these wicks. We see giant wicks in either direction. But if you're out there just holding on to Bitcoin, then you know where this is heading to. I mean, if you're holding on to Ethereum, and that's why, guys, listen, the fact that I've called all of these major Bitcoin moves, I've called all of them. I said, after the election, November was going to be an incredible month. I told you guys it's a month ahead of that, okay? Exactly that. I said, and let me get my little brush out, okay? Let me get my little brush out. Get my little brush, okay? I said, after the election in November, Bitcoin was going to do incredible things. It was going to go way up. It was going to be an awesome month. Then I said, but be careful, guys, because at the end of November, we'll have a big drop. There it is. But I also said, within a week of December 23rd, we will hit all-time highs. There it is, okay? So the importance of this is me telling you, I can't call Bitcoin every single day. I don't know what it's going to do today. I don't know what it's going to do tomorrow. But we have these points where we know what it's going to do. So later today, when I put out this video, you guys are going to want to watch about Bitcoin and about what I think is next for it. You guys forget about all the stuff in the middle, okay? Because these time points, these anchor points for Bitcoin are so telling. It's predictable. We only have so much time to work with. We know when the end of the bull market is going to be. We know that. We know when the end of the bull market is going to be. It's going to be September 28th, 2021, give or take a week. Just like I said about December 23rd, give or take a week. We know what it's going to do. It's done the same thing forever. It's a symmetrical ratio between from the bottom of the market to the halving, and then from the halving to the top of the market. It's a symmetrical ratio. It's been the same every single Bitcoin cycle. The one thing to take into consideration would be the fact that institutions are now holding Bitcoin, and it's a lot of money they're holding, and they're not going to sell no matter what. So that means that we might not have as violent of a drop to the bear market. But don't get it wrong. We will have a bear market, and it will come. So you guys make sure you pay attention to all that. Watch a video later today. That's all I got. Love you guys.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.